In this video, we're going to talk about Orbidice, how I came in possession of them, and what do I think about them. So let's get into this.
Welcome to Solitary RPG.
So Orbidice are pretty much a gimmick. They're round dice that have a unique dice tray that you can roll them down to get your results. I was not familiar with these dice. I knew nothing about them, but I have a good friend of mine, John, who has a YouTube channel called Mr. Mean Speaks, and he did a review on his Orbidice. This was a Kickstarter. It was supposed to deliver in December 2021, and he just recently got them in 2024. He shared his disappointment with the delay in getting them, and during his video, I don't know, maybe the gimmick of these dice didn't fulfill his desires because he was like, I'm not going to use these. So I shot him a little comment and I said, hey, if you don't want them, I'll buy them off you. So John, being the great guy that he is, just went ahead and sent them to me and said, have fun with them. So that's how I came in possession of them. My good friend John sent them to me. Please go check out his channel. It's called Mr. Mean Speaks. I'll put a link in the, as he calls it, the doobly-doo below, and check him out. He also has a very cool and active Discord community. One of the reasons I don't have a Discord community is because I'm part of his community and he has a great community. So I'm like, I don't need to create one. He has a lot of publishers and content creators in his Discord community, and it's not just an RPG community. It's a little bit of everything from role-playing games to miniatures. John recently got into 3D printing, so that's become a thing. Also about our health, like as gamers, we need to be mindful of our health. So there's a little section in there about health, eating healthy and things like that. Just supporting each other in our health journey. But yes, he sent me the Orbidice, and it comes with this Orbidice tray. Let me pull it out of the box and show you what this gimmick, and that's what I'm going to call these. These are very gimmicky dice, which I love a good gimmick. That's what they're all about. So let's get into this. So this is how you pull it out of the box, and this is a little bit dark, so we're gonna have to go to just an ugly kind of green background. Sorry about that. Black on black just doesn't work. So this is how they come out of the box. There's like a vacuum foam tray that they insert into. The dice themselves are in a separate box. So let's look at this first. It's kind of a cool little tray. It's a tight fit, obviously, so they don't fall off. As you can tell, it's a very tight fit because I can't even get it off. There it goes. I think the reason is it's cut at an angle, so I guess you just got to be careful when you're taking it off. Here are the dice. And so John got the black and yellow dice, and to me that's it's a bumblebee look. I kind of dig it. I like black and yellow because these would be cool for like Morkborg or anything like that. So once you pull them out of the tray, you can take the lid of the tray, insert that back into the dice tray itself, and then you can transfer the dice into the lid because this is pretty shallow and the lid's a little bit more, it's got more of a lip on it to just keep them from bouncing around, things of that nature. All right, then you crank up the round, I don't know what we're gonna call this, the round spinny thing, and it only goes up so high. Now here's where the magic happens. So as far as dice goes, you're gonna notice we have 8 dice here. So we have a D2, which just has a 0 and a 1. So you got like a yes no result: D4, D6, D8, D12, D10, D20, percentile dice. You got all your usual suspects, but you do get a D2. All the dice are round, and if you shake them, I'm going to put my microphone a little closer. There's like a little ball inside of there because we all know round dice have a tendency to roll around. If anybody's ever rolled a D100, it's just watch that dice roll and roll and roll. Well, they put a counterweight to keep the dice from just rolling randomly. So if you don't want to use the tray, you can just use the table and look how that rolled. So instead of it being just a round ball, which I do not have anything round at my desk to roll, but that counterweight keeps the dice from rolling. And as you can see, you're not always going to get the top. And this was one of the complaints John had with the dice as well. Not so bad on a D2, but you start getting into a D20 and you can't tell where the top is. That one rolled good, but you could get something like that and not really know what your result is. So that could be a problem, causing you to have to re-roll or something like that. So that's kind of the gist of the dice. They are not acrylic. They feel like a plastic toy, like a rubber ball or something like that. I didn't read the Kickstarter page to get all the details, but you put them in this, you let them roll. That's the gimmick, and then you get your results. I would have to say that would be a result of a 1 because primarily the 1 is showing. And then you get your D20 or whatever dice is. This is your percentile dice, sorry, which rolled on a 20. That was a pretty good solid result. You could see that. One of the things on these dice, they're all round, which is cool. For the most part, you can tell the lowered value ones, but when you start getting into some of these other values like the 12, the 10, and the 8, the highest number have like these scrape marks on it. Just I probably would have just kept the number, and the company could have done like a different color, which probably would have been a cost issue because these were probably molded and then stamped in some way because everything is like grooved or cut out or etched in. So that probably would have been a cost factor they didn't want to deal with. But it would have been kind of cool to have some sort of a way of identifying the dice easier, quicker. Obviously, in my tray, I'm fine, but if I'm rolling 2 dice, so we get our percentile and our D10. First, make sure you grab the D10 and not the D12. And I just got a 71 result. And that one came out pretty good. That's pretty readable, not a lot of problems with that. So, but the D12 is a lot like the D10, just, I don't know. Now, that result gave me a pretty solid 8. Oh, no. So the gimmick didn't work there. Now, that one gives me a bad result. Like, I can't tell what that is. So, but these are very gimmicky, and I like gimmicks. I am a sucker for any kind of a gimmick or kind of gadget to help with whatever I'm doing. This is one of the reasons why I don't play golf, because there are so many gimmicky things out there for golf that I would go broke. But yeah, I just wanted to take a look at these and share them on the channel. There are some things out there in the RPG world that we may like we see a Kickstarter, we get stoked about a Kickstarter, and we jump on board thinking, oh, this will be cool, because I've seen dice that light up. I've seen all kinds of acrylic dice with all kinds of things, and a lot of times these dice are unreadable, or they look cool but they're not practical on the table. I like metal dice, but to be honest with you, metal dice are the worst dice on the table. They gouge up your dice tray or your table if you got one of those really nice wooden tables and you're starting to roll like sharp edged D20s on there. So there are dice out there that just suck. You know, to be honest with you, Chess X, pretty basic, pretty simple. Probably some of the best dice on the market. Even though some of their colors get a little wonky, they still kind of keep it simple, keep it basic. But these go over and above. And I think the biggest concern was the delivery on these. That's why John was a bit negative about the product and Kickstarters in general. I will be the first to say I've had some failures on Kickstarter where I had one just completely not fail. The person got the money and we got nothing. I've had others where the company produced some of the product but didn't fulfill the whole Kickstarter. I've got an RPG that I'm waiting on still that was supposed to be delivered, I think in 2020 or 2021 also. And I'm still waiting on it. So it happens. Kickstarters are a risk. I think Kickstarter needs to be more reasonable and responsible for some of the ways Kickstarter's being used, but that's just a personal choice. I still back stuff on Kickstarter. I probably will continue to back stuff on Kickstarter, but I'm a little bit more cautious these days of what I back. I'm backing from companies that I'm familiar with or have a track record of success. But this is one of those things. I don't think these ever existed. Someone took a chance, took a risk, did something different, which I love. I'm one of those people that likes different. Um, and you know they're a mildly entertaining type of a dice. I probably wouldn't use this. This is a hard plastic. This ratcheting thing will probably wear out over time unless you just set it up and left it set up. But it's like, I don't know. It's like going to the mall and you. I don't know if you've ever seen those things where you put the quarter in and it just spins and goes into the bucket. It's one of those things after you've done it once or twice, you're kind of like, okay, that's over. And then you're just going to go to rolling in a dice tray and just using your round dice. How balanced are these dice? Probably not. But who cares? How balanced are games? They're not. They're just fun. So, anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out to my buddy John over at Mr. Mean Speaks, buddy. Thank you. My other finger didn't show up on the screen. Thank you for sending these to me, buddy. I really appreciate it. I love everything you do for the community, especially with the Discord channel and all the cool stuff you do over there and all the cool people that hang out on your Discord. Thank you for watching and have a great day.